please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is MULN, Mullen Automotive. This finishes at $3.21 today. That is up 10.69%. So once again, we're going to talk about MULN. We've been covering this stock for over 3 weeks now, every single day. This stock is insane. Can't believe we're still covering this. But once again, this was number 1 on StockTwits, so we will analyze it once again. So no company-specific news to justify this price action today. It just seems like the squeeze is still on. Ape's still in here. Apes still like the stock.
We like the stock.
Keep buying it up, and shorts still getting squeezed out. So at one point, this hit almost 420 today. Nice. But had a pretty big pullback. This was up like 40%. Now it's only up 10%. Still really good day for the stock. Can't complain at all. So let's go ahead and analyze here. Major volume, 547 million in volume today. Second biggest volume day ever for the stock. We've been getting some insane volume here. Still a lot of bullish momentum here. So definitely still squeezing. So let's start with the bullish stuff first. So first of all, we do have a gap down at 1190. So that is a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to 1190. That's probably going to take a while, but eventually it should. And then we have another gap down at 465. So that is another bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to 465. That looked like it was going to take a while, but this went to $4 today, so maybe that will fill pretty soon. And then we have a huge cup and handle in the making here. Bottom of the cup being the low of 52 cents. And there can be multiple possible tops. It can be 380, which if the top is around 380, that'd be a bearish indicator because that would mean this already topped out and it's due for a pullback. But it can also be above 380, and if it's above 380, then that'd be a bullish indicator. It can also be 585, 740, 815, $9, 980, 1050, 1165, or even the high of 1590. So that can be bullish or bearish depending on where the top is. Short term, it looks bearish. Longer term, it looks bullish. And then in the aftermarket here, this is running up to 328. So that is a bullish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that tomorrow this will run to the upside as well. And now for the bearish stuff. So we do have a triple gap up. First gap up at 62 cents. So bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock may come back down to 62 cents to fill that gap. Looks pretty unlikely at this point, but possible. So be aware of that, guys. And then we have another gap up at 150. So again, another bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock may run back down to 150 to fill that gap. And then we have another gap up at 180. So another bearish indicator that is telling us that the stock may pull back down to 180 to fill this gap. So 62 cents doesn't seem too realistic, but 150 and 180, that does seem possible. And there actually was another gap up today at 320, but that quickly failed. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is sitting on the support of 320, which it finished around today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 341, 360, 379, 398, 409, 424, 439, 458, 496, 523, 549, 568, and then 585. There is resistance above 585, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 291, 272, 257, 223, 189, 170, 136, 113, 98 cents, 75 cents, 60 cents, and then the low of 52 cents. So right now with this current price, 321, the channels to the upside are normal sized, so expect a normal amount of price action if this continues to run to the upside. However, if/when this breaks 458 to the upside, the channels start to open up and get pretty wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 458. And to the downside, the channels are pretty wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if this runs to the downside. RSI is currently at 69. Lol, nice. So not exactly overbought and overvalued, but pretty much there. It's almost at 70, so you can consider it to be overbought and overvalued. So we're getting into some pretty dangerous territory here, guys. Be careful. And this did 547 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Second biggest ever for this stock. Definitely still short squeezing. Still a lot of positive momentum for the stock. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. All right, guys. Just my opinion, not financial advice. So I did say on Friday, I thought this had more upside potential. I predicted that 380 was probably around the top because that's where the top of this cup is. And this actually blew past 380 today. So it went a little bit above my prediction, but around there. And at this point, I've been saying the stock is due for a pullback. This can't keep running forever. And it just keeps on going. This stock is absolutely nuts. But every day this keeps on running, this gets more dangerous. Looks more bearish and bearish every day. So longer term, it definitely looks like a good stock to buy and hold. The diamond hands, again, double gap down, big cup and handle, so very strong bullish indicators. In the short term though, this will have to pull back. It's a matter of when, not if. So there probably is a little more upside to go here, but I really don't think it's going to run too much harder. And at this point, I think going long is more of a gamble than an investment. Kind of like a game of hot potato at this point. Someone's going to get left holding the bag, so make sure it's not you guys. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. If you guys want to do that, please do that at your own risk. There does appear to be some more upside potential. I really don't think it's going to run too much higher. The next top of this cup would be 585. If this runs to 585, which is possible, that would be pretty insane. But you know, the stock has been going for a couple weeks here, so that wouldn't surprise me. Don't think it's going to get there, but if it keeps running, I would say that's the next top, 585. I personally wouldn't go long here. I would not recommend that. I think that'd be pretty dangerous at this point. I think that'd be high risk, high reward. A lot of bearish indicators, cup and handle, triple gap up, high RSI, wide channels to the downside. So too risky for my liking. So I don't like the entry of 321. I would hold off. And I think this will pull back down to 180 eventually to fill this gap, and possibly even 150. Possibly even 62 cents as well, but I think that's pretty unlikely. In the next few days here, I do think this will have to pull back. So be careful, guys. If you want to go long, I would hold off to at least 180. And if it goes below 180, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play based on the technicals here. Maybe not yet, because again, there is still upside potential. This appears like it's going to run tomorrow based on the aftermarket action. So maybe you shouldn't go short just yet. But in the short term here, coming up, this should pull back. Again, this should start, I think, to 180 at least. So even at this price, 320, that would be about a 45% downside. So a lot of downside potential, a lot of tendies to be made here on the downside. And you could possibly make even more than 45% if this continues to run to the upside and you get a better entry. And this may pull back down to 150. That would be about a 55% downside. So yeah, a lot of downside potential, a lot of money to be made here on the downside. I would support going short at 320 and higher. I would say going short here would be a medium risk, high reward play. Medium risk because the stock is still in the middle of a squeeze. I'm still very volatile. It still has upside potential. But at some point, this will have to pull back. And when it does, there's going to be a lot of money to be made here on the downside. So pretty straightforward here. Longer term, definitely looks like a good stock to buy and hold. But if you have no position, I don't think going long here is a great idea. This already ran very hard in the past couple weeks. And it'd be FOMO at this point, in my opinion. So I would hold off, wait for a pullback. I would say to at least 180. And yeah, in the short term, looks like it's going to have to come back down pretty hard. So going short here appears to be a pretty good play. May not be done running to the upside just yet, though. Still may have a little bit more upside to go. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is MULN, Mullen Automotive. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.